Welcome to the Chop It Up podcast. We are back. Man.
It's been a while, man.
Been a while.
Yeah.
But dang.
Been a lot of things going on, but before we start, let's remind people what they gotta do.
Man, they gotta do the right thing. Do the right thing. Spike Lee, do the right thing. Subscribe to our podcast. Hit that subscribe button. If you're watching the videos and you haven't subscribed, come on, man. And then all our social medias, the Chop It Up podcast on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Follow us, guys. Follow us. Hit us up. But back to the realness.
Hey, breaking news today, and I'm sure everybody heard the news go down. And this was the last big piece to the domino that everybody was waiting for to fall. LeBron to the Lakers.
LeBron to the Lakers. And first off, man, let me just say something before we get into that. You see this dude with his Lakers gear on?
Look at that.
With his Lakers gear on.
Happy days are here again.
Look, you gotta get the dust off of it. It's been in the closet since Kobe left.
Happy days are here again.
When Kobe left the Lakers, this thing got thrown in the back of a closet. It's out fresh again because LeBron is in LA. Now, y'all all know I'm a LeBron James fan. King James, shout out to LeBron. Congrats on the move.
Get on.
But
Get on.
I'm not a Lakers fan. Just like I told you earlier.
Yeah.
I'm not a Cavs fan.
Get
I
on.
wasn't a Heat fan. I'm not a Lakers fan. The last time I actually cheered for the Lakers is when the Diesel was in LA. Like, I'm not a Lakers fan. I'm a LeBron James fan. And I'm seeing up and down my timeline. I was telling them on my Facebook, Twitter, all these Lakers fans who've been hating on LeBron that became like, they were Golden State fans, like, you know, once their team didn't make the playoffs for the past 5 years. You know, just a little shot there. But all these people were hating on LeBron. Now he's a Laker and they're like, oh, all you LeBron fans, the bandwagon's full, blah, 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 and this and that. And I'm like, time out. First off, let's pump the brakes. The Lakers is not changing LeBron's life. LeBron's changing the Lakers' life. Like, let's get that.
I agree with that.
Let's get that right. Like, let's get that right.
Even with that happening, then like even if y'all been following ESPN, like everything that has been since LeBron said he's going to the Lakers, like all the dominoes, like all right, well, what will
other players do?
What other franchises would do?
Yeah.
Remember, like Kemba Walker. Even Kemba Walker trying to get up out of Charlotte. So like
we're trying to leave because
everything,
they're like, man, there's available money in LA and LeBron's going there.
Yeah.
Y'all, they weren't talking about y'all. Like, be real. Like, I'm happy for the city of LA. I love LA. Just got back from there this past weekend. Great trip. But be happy.
And even with that, if you look at the odds from Vegas, which I don't agree with it, but there's a lot of smart people in Vegas that I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
But you see where they the second odds to win the NBA title. So it is LeBron changing Lakers' life, not Lakers changing LeBron's life.
At all.
So, like, you gotta
pump the brakes.
Pump the brakes.
Pump the brakes, and just be happy that you do have LeBron on your team now. That does change it for you guys. Like, you know you're gonna make the playoffs now. Also, you know, condolences to the Cavs. You know, I mean, you're about to see. I mean, all these people who say, "Oh, LeBron has all these pieces." Like, let's see what their record's gonna be. Just like when he left the first time and they had the worst record in the league. Then he left Miami. Miami doesn't make the playoffs. Let's see what's about to happen. Like, will the Cavs even, make the playoffs in the East? Like, that's a real question. They might. Hopefully, Kevin Love. I mean, you're the guy now.
But like, you gotta think like, there is what you had. Were there even two elite teams?
I mean, you have Boston. I mean, we'll get into that. We'll get into that. The top teams, because we're gonna have a segment where we talk about our top 4 teams in each conference now. Our top 4 teams. We don't want to drag it out to top 8, because really, when you look in the East, once you get past, I mean, a lot of people say like
2.
Once you get past 2, I'm gonna say once you get past 4, there's nothing even to really talk about. Like, let's be real, because they're not gonna go to the finals. And I mean, even in the West. I mean, that was LeBron making a shift for the Lakers, but to me, even past like 5, you're not really, you're not in a championship.
Yeah.
You know, so back to LeBron to LA. Sorry to go on that rant for you Lakers fans, but it was just kind of annoying. and just be happy he's here. Like, let's be happy. Like, I'm happy LeBron, he's doing what he wants to do. You're happy you got the best player in the league. All right, so what are your thoughts on the move? Like, what are your general thoughts on the move of LeBron going to LA?
I thought there was a better move that he could have went to. Like I thought like Philly would have been the better destination for him, like to try to win. Like next year.
Yeah.
But of course, like if you go from like if you don't include next year and then you get Kawhi for next, but that's if you get Kawhi.
Yeah.
Then I'll say, all right, then he's setting
the
himself
Lakers
up
is
good, but you still give him 1 year. That's 1 year later. He's already 33, about to turn 34, so he'll be 34 going 35. So you just don't know because it's gonna be his 16th year next year. Then it's gonna be 17th year.
Very true.
The following year.
Very true.
So I thought the best move for him to do, I would have thought he would have went to Philly.
Yeah, I agree.
To win right now.
I'll say in the Eastern Conference, I would have agreed with that. And maybe overall, depending on other moves that could have been made, I would agree with that. Also, everybody was talking about Houston, but we were just talking about, I remember me and you talking about how is it going to work? How would it exactly work for championship basketball? You have 3 ball-dominant players. So that might have made it a little bit more difficult. And then also, remember the report of Harden coming out and saying, like, we don't need to make moves. We're ready now. So Harden in a way, vetoed, like, hey, like, we don't want him here.
He just won MVP.
Just won MVP.
So,
he's feeling like, I'm the best.
If I'm MVP, you bring the best player on, you're going to have to take a back seat.
And you're saying I'm not enough.
You're not enough.
In his eyes. Yeah. Which, still hard, like, to me, I'd rather have LeBron with me. You know what I mean? But I get it from his standpoint, like you said. MVP,
but like,
he feels like he's the best.
Yeah, and then when you're a superstar, you want to win your way.
Yeah.
So if LeBron come, like, are you gonna get credit? I know, like
it would have been LeBron. It's gonna be LeBron's team. Just like, even though some people don't admit it, like as soon as KD went to Golden State, it was his team. Like he's the man. He's the best player. He's the man. No snub on Steph. Steph is still great, but KD's just better. So looking at this, LeBron's move to LA, was it a basketball move? And if it wasn't, what do you think is like? What was the move? Why did he do it?
I think the biggest reason he did go to LA was family. Because like to me, like my opinion, best basketball move was to go to Philly.
Yeah.
But and then like especially this past year, he's really been getting out, going to his son's AU games. So he making a real big presence on all of these tournaments that he going to.
Yeah.
And then and his son is getting to that age where he's the #1 player in his grade. So once he gets to high school, like you want that foundation where all right, this
he's in a place where he has a good team.
And then I heard that the team he's going to, they just won the national championship. So Bronny is stepping into a team.
A good position.
So he about to be.
He already didn't have enough spotlight.
So he about to be the starting point guard of a reigning national championship team. And so I think, and then you hear reports that his wife love it out in LA.
2 homes.
2 homes out
there. They just bought a new one. Apparently, they just bought a new one.
But I think the biggest motivation to go to LA was to family move, not basketball move.
Yeah.
What you think?
No, I agree. Because for the longest, we've been talking about where should LeBron go? Where should he go? Where should he go? Where should he go? But I felt like if he went to LA, it wasn't a basketball move. It wasn't a basketball move. Now, when I look at it more now, I still agree with my original idea on it, but that also can change because we don't know the conversation. They talked about him and Magic had a conversation last night at 9:01 to be specific, the time at LeBron's house in LA. But apparently Magic might be giving them like, hey man, we got this in the works. Because we'll get into more about the different moves, but with Kawhi, with the Spurs and trades and things like that going on. So this might still be a basketball move. We just don't know what's going to happen. Just like we didn't know he was going to LA, we didn't know what was in the works. We don't know what Magic is magically doing behind closed doors, no pun intended, or maybe it was a pun intended. But I don't know. I mean, I see family. Like you said, his son is going to be in a good position. It's in LA. Like you said, his family loves it there. It's LA. LeBron's a mogul. LeBron's always thinking 10 steps ahead. What is my future? And things of the sort. Because, I mean, if LeBron stayed in Cleveland, the same thing that happened, like keep losing, not get the championships. So even if you lose over here, you're winning in other aspects of life. Your family's happy. You're building your brand even more. He has all his TV shows he's working on, so he can do that out there in LA as well. Moving on. So,
but again, like with the brand, like how you were saying it, like, but
he can do it, and that's what I'm saying. He can.
Yeah.
But it's just an icing on the cake. It makes it easier. Like he didn't have to travel. He's home. He's home. Like it's Hollywood. He's there. Like I don't have to fly out. I don't have to go in the summers and work on myself. You know what? When we have off days, I can go make a meeting right here in LA. Yeah. It's easier. It's convenient. But moving on to the next one here. So we're just talking about right now this LA Lakers team as it stands right now. What is the expectations? Like, what's their expectations? What's their expectations? You have LeBron James now added to a roster of the team that didn't make the playoffs the year before. What are they expected to do? And like, of course, me and you're going to talk realistic because, like you said, the Vegas thing. I love LeBron James, but like right now with this team, like they're not a favorite team to win the finals. They're just
I don't even think they're favorite to go to
the Western Conference Finals. Yeah, like miracles would have to happen with this current roster, and that's no knock on the guys that they do have there, young, great talent. But I can't see them beating Houston. I mean, they can't beat Houston.
Yeah,
and
they ain't sure not going to stay.
Yeah, and then it'll be tough against OKC.
But think about this, like if there was no more moves to make, we forgetting about San Antonio.
Very true.
Like, okay, I know Kawhi want to leave, but is he really gonna be like, well, I ain't gonna play this hard this season?
What if he does? We don't know. We don't know a lot about Kawhi. Yeah. We don't know a lot about he's that quiet person that doesn't say much. We don't know what Kawhi could do.
Yeah.
And he could be like, all right, cool. I'm gonna sit out
and I would still have San Antonio over the LA.
With
Kawhi? With Kawhi. No, because Kawhi still.
No, I'm saying, but like, what if Kawhi's like, all right, I'm sitting out till you trade me? Because that could be an option as well. Like, because I know everybody's talking about San Antonio has the power now because they know where Kawhi wants to go, this, and that. But what if Kawhi's like, all right, cool, I'm not gonna play. I'm still hurt.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, he still has power as well. Like, there's still power on both sides. Like Kawhi, I don't think he has that in his character to do that. I don't see him doing that. But we don't know. Like, what if he really wants out of San Antonio that bad? So he's like, all right, cool, I'm not going to play. Just like Kyrie when he told him, like, all right, I'm going to have knee surgery unless you trade me. Yeah, I mean, we don't know what
everybody head on straight and, like, people playing
out.
I don't see LA beating Spurs in the 7-game series.
Definitely. All right. So what are the expectations though?
Expectations, like I see them top four seed, but if I could see them going into a game 6, game 7 with the Rockets, and if it say get to a game 7,
you can see them winning.
I could see them beating the Rockets
just because the Rockets can come up short
games,
like they're 2 stars.
And then because you still have CP3, like every time, like even when he was with the Clippers, when it came to that time for him to show what he got, like he's injured. And that's been like that for the last three seasons. So it's tough. So now you really like hitching your wagon on, is you gonna go with LeBron or you gonna go with Harden?
I'm going King James.
Exactly.
All day.
Exactly.
All day.
But
all day.
It's gonna be a lot of excitement, but if I had to bet, I would still say Houston and Golden State in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
I seen like LeBron getting eliminated prematurely than what we seen in the last.
And that, I mean, Do you think are they gonna make the playoffs?
Oh yeah, they're making it. Oh yeah, they're making the
They're just gonna
playoffs.
get knocked out.
They're
first.
they're making the playoffs because what 47 win with number 3 seed. So they are making the playoffs. So that's a 12 game. What the Lakers won 35 games last year. That's a 12 game difference. So I can see them being the number 3 seed, and that's depending on like where Kawhi head is. I can see him being number 3 seed and where he's at. So I say the ceiling, the Western Conference Finals, but at the minimum second round playoff.
No, I can agree with that. They're definitely going to make the playoffs just because adding LeBron James to that young core, he's going to help those guys get better. And he can add double-digit wins to your team. We've seen him do it numerous times. I mean, we've seen him take a team that's not making the playoffs next year. Of course, adding Kevin Love, they go to the finals. But I'm right there with you. Like, it's crazy on this finals talk. It's crazy with their current roster that they have. Maybe Vegas is looking at that they think something's going to happen, so that's why they give like a trade or a free agency. Something's going to happen. So it's a big, like, to me, a big assumption on that.
But wouldn't you have to make that because LeBron is not where has he ever went? Like even going back to Cleveland where somebody else ain't go there with him. You know what I mean? So like
no, and I get it. But I wouldn't bet my money on those odds right now with the current roster. But they're probably making an assumption that something's gonna happen. But yeah, I see him as well. I see him making the playoffs. We'll talk about where I see what level they're going to be at as far as their ranking by the end of the season. That I think with this current roster. But yeah, I see a second round. I mean, with all things clicking and CP3 getting hurt, and they run into Houston, they can make the Western Conference Finals. They're not going to make it if somehow they run into the Golden State Warriors. That I just don't see it happening with this current roster. Things will have to change for that to happen. Okay, so next thing looking here with the Lakers, what moves need to be made? What moves need to be made for this roster? Because I think we both agree moves need to be made. If they're trying to win, if the Lakers are trying to win a championship.
Like within these 4 years or like
right now, what moves need to be made right now?
There's not a lot of moves to make, but a big move would help if Boogie Cousins out there, of course he wants to max, and they don't have room to give him that.
I wouldn't give him that.
I wouldn't give him that.
And he's a big pickup that could help once he's healthy.
Yeah.
Because they're saying at best he might be back in January for any team,
Yeah, so that they wouldn't be like, you got to do 1 year. Like, let me see how you start first. Damn.
Because it's Achilles. We've seen it mess up people's careers. I mean, look at Chauncey, how he ended. Who else? Who else had one?
Kobe.
Of course, Kobe's.
Yeah, it is.
But he was towards the end of his career anyways. You know what I mean? And Kobe still, at the end of his career like that, he still bounced back and played well.
But yeah, the Achilles, that's a tendon. Like, you just don't know how you gonna recover from that, because it's a freak accident. You can just be stepping and then you tear the tendon. You just don't know. It's just that tendon is just.
The good thing he has going for him though, I'll say Boogie, he's a 7-footer.
Yeah.
He's not super athletic anyways, right? Most big men, centers in the game, are trash. Let's be real, most of them are trash. So he could still be able to have a very, say he doesn't bounce back to Boogie Cousins, he can still have a good career. I think he'd still be an all-star. That's in the West. Because how bad a lot of them are. I would still take Boogie Cousins over 95% of the big men in the league, and he's just toward the Achilles. But no, that's definitely a move. Hopefully the Lakers will make, and I can see because I know Boogie and LeBron are cool, so I can see Boogie being.
Is there any of the pieces you would trade away? Say what's reported, what they want. They want the Kyle Kuzma, but the Lakers don't want to get that up, right? Yeah. They don't want to get that up.
Man,
I don't know why. I
to get
like
Kawhi,
Ingram more than I like Kuzma.
Yeah.
I do.
I mean, I like them both. I think just Kuzma coming off and being a rookie and playing so well is where they see like a really high upside. But I'm honestly on that roster they have, besides obviously LeBron, like I'm giving up those guys to get Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
Like I'm giving them up. Now also it's reported that the Spurs have a lot of picks that they want to get. So I'm giving up the picks. To get Kawhi. But if there was a deal where it's like, hey, we want Kuzma and Lonzo.
Because like think about this, in his next 4 years, wouldn't one ring be worth it?
It would be worth it.
It'd be worth it.
They haven't been in the playoffs in 5 years. And you're the Lakers. All they care about is hanging up banners.
One ring in his 4 year, one ring would be worth it. And then think about who you'll be beating. The Golden State Warriors.
And then when teams start losing, that's when bad things start happening. People start breaking up. People, oh, I can do this here. I can do this there. I can make more money.
Because especially like, and we think this summer is crazy because it's the big fish. And that's what everybody looking at. But if y'all don't know about next year's free agency, the landscape is gonna look totally different. Especially on the ones that like are unrestricted, where they can go and pick out where they want to go. Kyrie, Kawhi out there, Clay, Jimmy, like Draymond. Like you got a lot of like the only ones that's really a big name that really not they can't name where they want to go is the Devin Bookers and the Cat. Them the only ones that really can't. Yeah. But everybody else like
they can make
it's gonna be moving pieces like. It's reported Jimmy Butler want to go to Boston to play with Kyrie. So like, man, like you gotta win now. Like, man, you got to like one ring for 4 years. Like that's worth it, especially in LA.
And then that could set you up for other guys that want to come there.
Yeah, LA makes $3 million a home game. Think about how much they're gonna make with LeBron there. $3 million in one home game.
I bet you it at least goes to $5 to $6 million.
Yo,
just
easy. And then with the memorabilia, like that's easy.
Yeah.
That's easy. And that's easy. So like all that money, like the franchise went up $80 million. Like the work of the LA Lakers is $80 million now. And that's
more. You mean
$80 million more. Like since LeBron is back with LA, so like man, like one ring, shoes, it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it.
Yeah.
So that's why like, you gotta go, man. When it's time, like when you have a chance, you gotta go all in. You have to go all in.
So I think we both agree on the Kawhi, like that trade. That's a move that needs to be made. And reportedly, they were saying that the Spurs and Lakers the GMs have already talked twice today. They're supposed to talk again tonight to see if they can get a final deal made. But just Lakers aren't trying to move on Kuzma. But I mean, Lakers, like we said, y'all trying to win, man. If y'all are trying to win, get Kawhi. Give them what they want for Kawhi. Like and Kuzma, I think he's a great young talent. But he ain't Kawhi. And I don't think in his career he'll ever be Kawhi. So like, why wouldn't you take
capitalize? Like, bro, like you getting LeBron, like why not capitalize on this?
Why you haven't? Tops, you're getting like another good 4 good years out of LeBron, like where he's like, and that's pushing where he's at the LeBron, you know what I mean, like the level. Why not win now? Why not try to get 2, 3 championships? Like why not try to clean up real quick? Clean up. All right. So also while we're still on LeBron, our last topic on LeBron here, does this hurt his legacy by going to LA?
It doesn't.
Yeah. I don't even get why people even brought that up. Like, how does this hurt his legacy at all?
Not at all.
He won a ring.
They can only enhance it.
Yeah, because people and we know we talk about
like
narratives.
Like we already got him. Like okay, if we got him ranked, like depending on if it can only hurt his legacy, that means like whatever happens, he can move down from this list. So if we already got a number 2 on the list, if it's gonna hurt his legacy, that means he can drop to 3, 4. I don't see that.
I don't see that happening. Like this can only enhance it. And I know, and we talk about narratives. I don't know. I mean, 10 years down the road,
And
we
then-
can't talk about like what people are gonna think. But people are saying like, oh, well, if he wins with 3 different teams, he'll be the first guy. He's going on the 3 different teams and he's taking them to a championship. Which that's a cool thing to add, but I don't know if that is something like that. It helps. Like I'm just looking at this is another ring. Like you have a young team that wasn't making the playoffs.
But like these are the same people that saying like it hurts his legacy. That say like, yeah, all he want to do is stay out in the East.
Yeah,
like he don't want to come out to the West. So now he's in the West now. Now it hurts his legacy. Like you can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
So like.
And don't let him get to the finals again, because so many of y'all that, oh, he can only make it to the finals in the East, he'll never. Don't let him make it. And I don't care if moves are made, like, don't let him make it. Because I'm going to be talking that cash.
Yeah, so, Cleveland look like ghost town.
Hey, yeah, it's a ghost town, man. It sucks, like, it's not as bad as the first time, because some people expected it more now, because they seen him leave before. Like, you've been in that relationship.
And he won.
They broke up with you. You know what I mean? They broke up with you. It's gonna happen again, right? So it doesn't hurt as much. All right, moving on. So that was, I mean, again, breaking news. LeBron to LA. As the days continue, we're gonna, update on more information and talk about more going on, and hopefully different moves that'll be made. I hope so. Hopefully Kawhi to the Lakers and Boogie Cousins there as well. But moving on.